Hello and welcome to Dr. Said's English Word. I'm Dr. Said Madbouli. أهلا بكم في القناة معكم الدكتور سيد مدبولي. This is actually going to be video number 2 in which we're going to introduce exam 2 which covers term 2 or units from 7 to 12. ده إن شاء الله يكون الفيديو الثاني هنقدم فيه الاختبار الثاني اللي بيغطي الترم الثاني أو الوحدات من 7 ل 12. Before you watch the video, don't forget to subscribe in the channel. قبل ما تشوف الفيديو ما تنساش الاشتراك. To support us with the likes, دعمنا باللايكس. To hit the notification bell to get all the videos I publish. دوس على جرس التنبيهات بتوصلك إن شاء الله كل الفيديوهات اللي أنا بنشرها. Share the video with anyone who may benefit from it. شارك الفيديو مع أي شخص ممكن يستفيد منه. And also send us your comments. Your comments are highly important. ما تنساش ترسل لنا تعليقاتك مهمة جدا بالنسبة لنا. Okay, before I start reading the exam, let me tell you something. I'm not going to answer the exam, but as usual, you are going to find the answers in the description of the video under the video. طبعا أنا مش هحل الاختبار، ولكن كالمعتاد هتروحوا وهتلاقي الإجابات بتاعة الاختبار في وصف الفيديو تحت الفيديو. All you have got to do is just to write your answers on a piece of paper or in your notebook, and later on you can check your answers. طبعا كل ما عليك انك انت هتكتب طبعا ارقام الاسئله وهتكتب الاختيارات A B او C او D، وبعد ما تحل الاختبار كامل هتروح وتشيك على اجاباتك في وصف الفيديو. And as I said before, you can pause until you answer and then you can just go ahead. طبعا كالمعتاد انت ممكن تعمل pausing، توقف الفيديو لغايه ما تحل الاسئله اللي قدامك وبعدين تنتقل للي بعدها. Okay. Choose the correct answer. Choose the correct option from A, B, C or D. هنختار الإجابة الصحيحة من A, B, C أو D. The Great Pyramids are one of the most famous tourists in the world. Tourist remains, tourist attractions, tourist monuments, tourist heritage. Number 2. Alexandria has always been Egypt's most important on the Mediterranean Sea. The most important, Egypt's most important highlight, port, site, monument. We all felt very sad at the end of the play. The story was very moved, picturesque, worth seeing. Okay, we felt very sad. So the story was what? Was it moving or moved, picturesque or worth seeing? فننتبه هنا ل very sad. Traditional music is part of Egypt and we can all be proud of it. It's part of Egypt's myths, remains, legends, heritage. Number 5. London is with about 250 languages spoken by people who live there. So London is very bilingual, picturesque, multicultural, dominant. Number 6. Nadia now lives in Aswan, but she was in Cairo. She was raised, risen, impressed, cheered. My grandmother takes a lot of in her garden. My grandmother takes a lot of place, pride, roots, which always looks beautiful. So it takes a lot of what? A lot of place, or proud, or pride, or roots. Okay, number 8. Adam's family live in Cairo, but there were farmers in the countryside. Their families, ancestors, roots, identity. Number 9. Everyone in the stadium when Egypt scored a goal. Everyone in the stadium cheered, stretched, won, boasted. Number 10. I was with a mess, so I decided to clean my room. I was humble with the mess, jealous with the mess, fed up with the mess, pride with the mess. Number 11. He's still doing the exercise. He ate for 2 hours now. So he's still doing the exercise. He has done, has been doing, had been doing, was doing it for 2 hours now. I'd like you to pay attention to here. Still here, and this is present continuous. انتبه طبعا هنا عندك still وهذا ده مضارع مستمر، يبقى هنا عندك for 2 hours now. This is going to help you to identify the tense. طبعا دي اللي هتساعدك في تحديد الزمن. سواء هتاخد has done اللي هو present perfect المضارع التام، أو has been doing present perfect continuous، had been doing past perfect continuous, was doing past continuous. Okay, number 12. Food by mom. What delicious meals she makes. Food is never made, is always made, was never made, is always making. And by the way, this is actually, this is passive. Okay, this statement is or this sentence is in the passive form. طبعا الجملة هنا الفعل هيكون مبني للمجهول. Number 13. Don't worry, the problem sooner or later. Was solved, will solve, is going to solve, will be solved. And again, this sentence is also in the passive. الجملة دي برضو في المبني للمجهول. The teacher instructed us the passage and give short answers to the questions. So the teacher instructed us read, that read, to reading. I don't know the proper time. Look here, we have time. عندنا هنا كلمة time الوقت. I can meet the manager. He is always busy. Time, I don't know the proper time. Which, that, when, or where. Okay. So the word time will help you choose the right relative pronoun. طبعا هنا كلمة time هي اللي تختار تساعدك في اختيار ضمير اللي هو ضمير الوصل الصحيح. When we arrived, the manager, an urgent task. He had to wait for a few minutes to meet. We had to wait for a few minutes to meet him. Look here, had to. This is past, okay? This helps you to choose, okay? And also here, when we arrived, this is also past simple. And this is past simple. So when we arrived, the manager had done, is doing, was doing, have done. Okay, all the students answered the question well. It's so easy. Look at so easy. It's going to help you to choose. طبعا هنبص هنا so easy هتساعدنا في الاختيار. It had to be, might not be, mustn't have been, or must have been. Okay, which of the following is punctuated correctly؟ يعني أي جملة من الجمل التالية علامات الترقيم فيها صحيحة. تعرفين طبعا علامات الترقيم النقطة الفول ستوب اللي هي الفول ستوب, the question mark, the exclamation mark, the converted commas, the colons, the commas, and so on. Did you remember to buy all your mother's things when you reached the supermarket? Look here. Here we have did. This is small letter. It's not capital. And we have the question mark here in the middle of the sentence. عندنا هنا في did الدي هنا small letter والquestion mark هنا في نص الجملة. Did you remember to buy all your mother's things when you reached the supermarket? Look here, we don't have here apostrophe, okay? We don't have apostrophe here. هنا ما عندناش apostrophe s, عندنا الاس بدون apostrophe. Did you remember to buy all your mother's things when you reached the supermarket? شوف هنا أولا هنا this is small. We don't have apostrophe here. We don't have a punctuation mark here. neither a full stop nor a question mark. هنا عندنا هنا small، ما فيش هنا الابوستروفي، وهنا كمان ما فيش لا علامة استفهام ولا full stop. Did you remember to buy all your mother's things when you reached the supermarket? And here we have apostrophe and here we have a question mark. I think I've made it easy for you to choose, right? طبعا أنا سهلتها لك جدا إنك أنت تختار بالشكل ده. Which of the following can't express contrast? I want you to have a look at can't. عايزك تبص على can't. can't هنا يعني بقول لك أي مما يلي لا يعبر عن الكونتراست اللي هو التناقض. ده معناها إيه بقى؟ إن 3 express contrast and only 1 doesn't express contrast. ده معناه إن 3 من الأربعة بيعبروا على الكونتراست وواحدة بس ما بتعبرش عن الكونتراست اللي هو التناقض. فعندي although, despite the fact that, but, in addition to. ففي واحدة فقط اللي لا تعبر عن التناقض. Okay. Which of the following would start an essay about the importance of tourism? يعني أي من العبارات التالية هيكون بداية لمقالة عن أهمية السياحة. The importance of tourism. Above all, people should know to reflect a bright picture about the behavior towards tourists. It's a matter of fact that tourism is one of the most important sources of income for any country. In conclusion, it is highly recommended to spread national awareness about the importance of tourism. However, tourism must flourish for the sake of our national economy. Look here, we have a start, okay? عندنا طبعا هنا could start يعني ممكن في البداية، لازم تكون في البداية. Choose the correct option to change the following into reported speech. يعني اختار الاختيار الصحيح عشان تغير العبارة دي من الكلام المباشر للكلام الغير مباشر. دي كلام مباشر. هدى said، هدى قالت why are you so late أحمد؟ طبعا ده كلام مباشر. إيه أنت متأخر يا أحمد؟ Huda inquired why Ahmed is so late. Huda inquired why Ahmed was so late. Huda asked why was Ahmed so late. Huda inquired why I had been so late. Of course, just to remind you, when we change from direct into reported or indirect speech, we change the pronouns and we change the tenses. طبعا زي ما شرحنا قبل كده لما بتغير من المباشر لغير المباشر بتغير الضمائر وبتغير الأزمنة. تمام؟ فهنا عندي why are you هنغير الضمائر طبعا، و are هنا present simple فلازم نحولها ل past simple. فبناء عليه شوف هتختار ايه بقى من الاختيارات الأربعة دول. The book is interesting that I want to read it again. So the book is such interesting that, so interesting that, enough interesting that, too interesting that. Okay. Which of the following is part of an essay on؟ يعني أي جزء أو عبارة من العبارات الأربعة دول هي جزء من مقالة على the importance of keeping your national economy during coronavirus pandemic. أهمية الحفاظ على الدخل القومي أو أيوة الدخل القومي أو يعني الاقتصاد القومي يعني أثناء اللي هي كورونا فيروس أو بانديميك اللي هي طبعا اللي هي نسميها بانديميك احنا بالعربي جائحة. اوكي. هنا which of the following is part of an essay on؟ طبعا هنا مرة ثانية أي من الأجزاء الأربعة دول جزء من مقالة عن أهمية الحفاظ على الدخل القومي أثناء جائحة كورونا. On the one hand, we have to stop flights to other countries where coronavirus pandemic is still spreading. On the other hand, another vaccination campaign must be carried out. Okay, protective measures must be followed to face coronavirus pandemic. Moreover, necessary medicines must be available for free. Therefore, more awareness campaigns should be launched on social media to educate people about the importance of taking precautionary measures firmly while staying at home. D, in my opinion, we should go on working at a normal scale to keep the cycle of production and protect our local economy as long as we follow precautionary measures strictly everywhere. Okay, 24. Mrs. Hughes, a very important author. Everyone wants her to sign her book. So Mrs. Hughes will be, could be, must have been. "25. Unfortunately, the car checked well before we left our village. It broke down again." Pay attention to this. It broke down again. This is going to help you answer this question. طبعا انتبه لي it broke down again. ده هتساعدك في حل في الاختيار. يبقى unfortunately the car had checked, hadn't checked, had been checked, hadn't been checked. It broke down again. Okay. Grandpa to the garden Grandpa do the gardening every morning, but now he is too tired. So Grandpa used to, should, used to, will do the gardening every morning, but now he is too tired. Fatin came an amazing article about ancient myths on the internet as she was doing her homework. So Fatin came up an amazing article, or came over, or came in, or came across. Okay, read the following passages, then choose the correct option from A, B, C, or D. احنا هنا طبعا نيجي للقطع اللي عليها الأسئلة. Tunis is the capital city of Tunisia. خلينا هنا بس قبل ما نكمل. طبعا هنا تونس اللي هي تونس العاصمة. احنا عندنا باللغة العربية تونس العاصمة وتونس الدولة هم نفس الكلمة تونس. In English it's different. فتونس as a capital is Tunis, but the country is Tunisia. فتونس العاصمة تنطق تونس باللغة الإنجليزية، أما الدولة فهي تونيشيا اللي هي تونس كدولة. Okay. Tunis is the capital or city of Tunisia and is well worth seeing, and its nearby ancient archaeological remains are not to be missed. The well-known site of Carthage, which is near the Tunisian coast, was added to the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1979. Highlights of the site include Roman baths, remains of Roman villas and temples, and an amphitheater. Little can be seen of the theater today, which is so ruined that it does not look very impressive. However, it must have been an amazing place in Roman times. Around 36,000 people would visit the amphitheater at the time to enjoy events. There is also a museum at the site which allows you to look back and learn about the city's history. Carthage, which means new town, is said to have been built in around 814 BCE, before Christ era, by the Phoenicians. طبعا Phoenicians هم Phoenicians دول اللي هم الفينيقيين. It must have been a wealthy and safe port after this time, with a castle to guard it, and the people were able to trade with countries around the Mediterranean. The city had also become rich from nearby silver mines, and the Phoenicians were famous for making excellent beds and furniture. However, although Carthage was rich, its people could not stop the powerful Romans who crushed Carthage in a war in 146 PCE. The Romans must have destroyed much of Carthage because most of today's monuments date from Roman times. Let me tell you something. By the way, I forgot to say it at the beginning. نسيت أقول لك في البداية. As usual كالمعتاد, go and read the questions before reading the passage. روح واقرأ الأسئلة كويس جدا قبل ما تقرأ القطعة. This is going to help you a lot. دي طبعا نصيحة مهمة، لأن قراءة الأسئلة قبل ما تقرأ القطعة بتساعدك إنك أنت تاخد فكرة عن القطعة، فعلا بتساعدك في فهم القطعة، وطبعا بتساعدك في حل الأسئلة بطريقة أسهل. Okay, 29. Carthage is a city in Tunisia, a Roman city, an archaeological site, a picturesque port. طبعا according to the passage، طبقا للقطعة. Most tourists visit Carthage to see the capital of Tunisia, picturesque Phoenician buildings, an important castle, Roman remains. 31. The amphitheater at Carthage is very impressive today. Must have been very impressive in the past. Is big enough for 36,000 tourists. Cannot be seen today. The Phoenicians were good friends with the Romans, the people who first built Carthage, the people who built most of the buildings you can see today, people who built silver mines. The Romans won a war against the Phoenicians to get their beds and furniture because they were too powerful for them, because they wanted their silver, because they wanted to trade with them. Number 34. From the text يعني من النص find a word that means يعني شوف كلمة معناها completely defeated, crushed, ruined, looked back, destroyed. فكلمة من الأربعة دول معناها completely defeated. Okay. هل هي crushed, ruined, looked back ولا destroyed؟ طبعا كلمة من النص من القطعة. Okay, we come to the second passage. نيجي دلوقتي لقطعة القطعة الثانية. The hidden gems of Egypt. طبعا هنا معناها الجواهر المخفية في مصر. gem اللي هي الجوهرة. gems جمعها gems. Egypt has a wide range of picturesque places for tourists to visit all year round. The most popular destinations for those wanting to learn more about Egypt's rich cultural heritage include Cairo and Gargara. غردقة دي الغردقة يعني. Together, these two locations welcome over 10 million visitors every year. Most of us know about the pyramids of Giza or the impressive remains in the Valley of Kings. However, I am a traveling reporter and I have been in search of the cultural heritage below the surface in order to discover Egypt's hidden heritage. In July 2021, I read a newspaper article about the discovery of hidden ruins in the Nile, and I just had to find out more. I managed to speak to Frank Godeu, the French marine archaeologist who made the discovery, and asked him to tell me about the wonderful finding. He said that his team had discovered the 25-meter ship thanks to the latest technology used to scan the bottom of the Nile. He explained to me how the ship, which is over 2,200 years old, has sunk after being hit by huge blocks from the temple of Amun. Frank told me that it had been these blocks which had helped to protect the sunken ship from further destruction, which is why it was found in such good condition. Frank and his team also explained to me how much they had learned about the ancient port of Thonis Hersalion, and the trade with the Greek world because of the discovery. Speaking to Frank has taught me that there are so many undiscovered treasures which can teach us lots about our cultural history. It is important to learn about our ancestors by visiting the most celebrated tourist attractions. However, we mustn't forget we can also find out about our cultural identity in the most unexpected places. Question number 1. The article is written by a TV reporter, a university student, a magazine reporter, and archaeologist. 36. The main idea of the text is that الفكرة الرئيسية في النص هي the Nile is very important for Egypt's cultural heritage. Some of Egypt's cultural heritage is underwater. We can learn about our history in surprising places. Egypt and Greece used to have very strong connections. Which of the following isn't correct according to the passage? فانتبه هنا ال isn't. Okay, انتبه ال isn't يعني ليست صحيحة. يعني هيكون في 3 صحيحة وواحدة مش صحيحة طبقا للقطعة. المفروض ننتبه للحاجات دي يا جماعة في الأسئلة لأن دي بتفرق. انتبه للحاجات اللي زي كده. Most people know about the pyramids of Giza or the impressive remains in the Valley of the Kings. Egypt has a lot of picturesque places for tourists to enjoy visiting, including Cairo and Hurghada. A French geologist explained how the 2,200-year ship has sunk after being hit by huge blocks. There are still so many undiscovered treasures in Egypt. فهنا isn't correct ليست صحيحة. ايه المعلومة غير صحيحة في الأربعة دي طبقا للقطعة فدي اللي بتختارها. 38. Frank Godoy discovered an important pyramid in the Valley of the Kings, a port which hadn't been used for many years, the temple of Amun, a big ship under the water. 39. The remains were found in good condition because it was very long of the use of the latest technology. Some blocks saved it from destruction. The Nile Delta is not very deep. Number 40. The finding has helped us learn about how ships used to be made, the old port and the connections with Greece, how people would travel on the Nile, how important technology is. Read the sentences, then show the correct translation from A, B, C or D. هنقرأ ونختار الترجمة الصحيحة. ترتفع حالات الإصابة بفيروس متحور دلتا حاليا في جميع أنحاء العالم، ويدق المتحور الجديد أوميكرون أجراس الإنذار في جميع أنحاء العالم، لذا لابد من اتخاذ كل التدابير الوقائية بحزم. A. Cases of the coronavirus are currently rising all over the world. The new mutant Omicron is raising alarm bells around Africa. Therefore, all precautionary measures must be taken firmly. B. Cases of the Delta mutated virus. هنا عندنا ايه هنا؟ Delta mutated virus. أما هنا عندنا cases of the coronavirus. وهنا عندنا ايه؟ حالات الإصابة بفيروس متحور دلتا. Okay, so pay attention to this. هننتبه للكلام ده يا جماعة. هنا عندنا cases of the coronavirus. هنا the Delta mutated virus are currently rising all over the world. The new mutant Omicron is raising alarm bells around the world. Therefore, the precautionary measures must be taken firmly. Cases of the Delta mutated virus are no longer rising all over the world. بص هنا كده بيقول ايه are no longer rising all over the world. بينما هنلاقي هنا ايه are currently rising. Okay. However, the new mutant Omicron is raising alarm bells around the world. Therefore, the precautionary measures must be taken firmly. Cases of the Delta mutated virus are currently rising all over the world. The new mutant Omicron is raising alarm bells around the world. However, precautionary measures are still ignored. شوف هنا عندي ايه are still ignored. أما هنا عندي ايه must be taken firmly. هنا عندي must be taken firmly. هنا عندي must be taken firmly. هنا لابد من اتخاذ كل التدابير الوقائية بحسب. Now we can choose the right translation. Okay, we come to 42. Some employers prefer experience to the enthusiasm of youth, while many business owners tend to prefer a mix of both to carry out more achievements in any enterprise. خلينا نشوف كده ترجمة الجملة دي اللي هي الترجمة الصحيحة. يفضل بعض أصحاب العمل حماس الشباب على الخبرة. Okay, so here look, حماس الشباب على الخبرة. بينما يريد العديد من أصحاب الأعمال كثير من الخبرة لتحقيق المزيد من الإنجازات في أي مؤسسة. فهنا بص كده هنا عندي هنا بقول إيه experience to the enthusiasm. Okay, هنا عندي حماس الشباب على الخبرة. Okay, يفضل بعض أصحاب العمل الخبرة على توظيف الشباب. I think it's different. طبعا دي مختلفة. الخبرة على توظيف الشباب مختلفة عن دي. Okay. بينما يريد القليل من أصحاب الأعمال مزيجا من الاثنين لتحقيق المزيد من الأحلام في أي مصلحة حكومية. يفضل بعض أصحاب العمل الخبرة على حماس الشباب. يبقى هنا عندي إيه الخبرة على حماس الشباب. هنا حماس الشباب على الخبرة. Okay. يعني they are opposite. طبعا دول عكس بعض. شوف أنت الأنسب إيه. بص هنا كده وشوف الأنسب إيه. بينما يريد العديد من أصحاب الأعمال مزيجا من الاثنين لتحقيق المزيد من الإنجازات في أي مؤسسة. يفضل الكثير من أصحاب العمل الخبرة على حماس الشباب. عندي برضو هنا تاني الخبرة على حماس الشباب. الخبرة على حماس الشباب. بينما يريد القليل من أصحاب الأعمال توظيف الشباب المتحمس لتحقيق المزيد من الإنجازات في أي مؤسسة. بص لي هنا كده على إيه العديد هنا وهنا عندي إيه القليل وهنا عندي ايه هنا عندي ميني. اوكي ففي ضوء الكلام ده انت بتختار الترجمة الصحيحة. اوكي 43 نجل 43. يمكن للشباب ان يتعاملوا مع اناس من ثقافات اخرى طالما انهم قادرون على الاستفادة مما يناسبهم من تلك الثقافات والمحافظة على قيمهم وعاداتهم الأصيلة. اوكي A. Young people can't deal with people from other cultures. So here I have can't deal. Okay. لكن if you look here يمكن للشباب أن يتعاملوا. هنا can't deal. Anyhow خلينا كده بقى نكمل. هنا عندك can't deal وهنا أن يتعاملوا. With people from other cultures as long as they aren't able to benefit from what suits them for those cultures and preserve the original values and customs. Okay. Number B. Young people can deal. هنا عندي بقى هنا إيه؟ عندي can deal. هنا can't deal. هنا can deal. Young people can deal with people from other cultures as long as they are able to benefit from what suits them from those cultures and preserve their original values and customs. C. Young people can't travel. Can't travel. هي يتعاملوا وهنا عندي can't travel. Okay, young people can't travel with people from other cultures as long as they aren't able to benefit from what suits them from those cultures and preserve their local values and customs. D. Young people can travel. هنا can't travel. هنا can't travel. هنا can't deal. هنا can deal وهنا عندي يتعاملوا. So I think without reading the rest of the sentences you can easily choose the correct translation. طبعا بدون قراءة بقية الجمل أنت باختصار وببساطة جدا ممكن تختار الترجمة الصحيحة. طبعا أنت عارفها، أنا طبعا مش هقولها لك، يعني أنا أعتبر حلتها يعني. فأنا حتى مش هكمل قراءة دي يعني لأن أنا مش محتاج إن أنا أكملها. Okay, 44. I am bilingual, not only because my parents speak different languages, but also because I have lived in 2 countries. I grew up in Brazil, where they speak Portuguese, but I went to university in Egypt. Okay, A. أنا متعدد اللغات. Look here, متعدد اللغات. طبعا عندي here I am bilingual. Okay. ليس فقط لأني طبعا عندي هنا طبعا متعدد اللغات وعندي هنا bilingual. ليس فقط لأن والداي يتحدثان لغات مختلفة، ولكن أيضا لأني عشت في 3 دول. نشأت في البرازيل حيث يتحدثون البرتغالية، وذهبت إلى الجامعة في الخارج. أوكي. هنا B. أنا ثنائي اللغة. هنا عندي أنا ثنائي اللغة. هنا عندي bilingual. ليس فقط لأن أصدقائي يتحدثون لغات مختلفة، فهنا عندي أصدقائي. هنا عندي والداي. هنا عندي my parents. اوكي. يتحدثون لغات مختلفة، ولكن أيضا لأنني عشت في بلدين. نشأت في البرازيل حيث يتحدثون الفرنسية، لكني ذهبت إلى الجامعة في مصر. خذ بالك هنا عندي إيه؟ والداي، هنا عندي أصدقائي، وهنا عندي my parents. أوكي. أنا ثنائي اللغة. هنا برضو عندي أنا ثنائي اللغة. ليس فقط لأن والداي يتحدثان لغات مختلفة، ولكن أيضا لأني عشت في بلدين. نشأت في مصر حيث يتحدثون العربية، لكني ذهبت إلى الجامعة في البرازيل. دي أنا ثنائي اللغة. برضو هنا عندي أنا ثنائي اللغة. ليس فقط لأن والداي يتحدثان لغات مختلفة، ولكن أيضا لأني عشت في بلدين. نشأت في البرازيل حيث يتحدثون البرتغالية، لكني ذهبت إلى الجامعة في مصر. بص هنا كده، عندي هنا إيه؟ نشأت في البرازيل، ذهبت إلى الجامعة في مصر. طبعا عكس هنا نشأت في مصر وذهبت إلى الجامعة في البرازيل. هذه the only differences. هل دي الاختلافات الوحيدة؟ لا طبعا في اختلافات تانية، بس دي كافية بأننا هنا، لأنك شوف هنا أنا I grew up in Brazil where they speak, but I went to university in Egypt. فده كافي إنه هو يمكنك من الاختيار ببساطة. لكن في اختلافات أخرى، مثلا هنا بص، حيث يتحدثون البرتغالية، هنا حيث يتحدثون العربية. هنا عندي إيه؟ speak Portuguese. أوكي. 45. كان ميناء المدينة القديمة خلابا للغاية، ومع ذلك لابد أنها كانت أجمل في الطقس الجيد لأنها كانت تمطر عندما زرنا المكان. A. The port in the old city was worth seeing. فعندي هنا worth seeing. طبعا انتبه هنا عندي هنا خلابا. أوكي. However, it must have been even prettier in good weather because it was raining when we visited. The port in the old city was very old. هنا عندي very old. Okay. هنا عندي very old. هنا عندي worth seeing. هنا عندي خلابا. However, it was even prettier in the past. Okay. And it was raining when I visited. فهنا عندي in the past. Okay. The harbour in the city was very picturesque. So here I have worth seeing, very old, picturesque, and here I have خلابا. Okay. However, it must have been even prettier in the past. برضه عندي هنا in the past, because it was busy when I visited. The last one be the port in the old city was very picturesque. However, it must have been even prettier in good weather because it was raining when I visited. Look here, I have here in the past, and here I have in good weather. Okay. And here I have في الطقس الجيد. Okay, so now we can choose the correct translation. طبعا الوقت بسهولة تقدر تختار الترجمة الصحيح. Okay, we come to the story Great Expectations. خلونا نيجي للقصة. Read the quotation and discuss the questions. quotation اللي هو طبعا بيبقى قول الشخص مباشرة، اللي هو القول اللي الشخص بيقوله. هنا عندنا promise. I said your daughter is still alive. She is very beautiful and I love her. طبعا هنا Pip is talking to Provis. Pip بيتكلم مع Provis بيقول له بنتك لا زالت على قيد الحياة، هي جميلة جدا وأنا بحبها. The question is, do you think that Pip is grateful to Provis? هل تعتقد أن Pip عنده نوع من العرفان بالجميل لبروفيس؟ Does he really love Estella? هل هو فعلا بيحب Estella his daughter؟ يعني هي Provis' daughter اللي هي بنت Provis. Show how. وضح الكلام ده. For the 7, Compson and Oleg proved that they were evil. Explain with evidence. Compson طبعا عارفين Compson شخصية من شخصيات القصة، وأوليك كذلك. الشخصين دول برهنوا أنهم شريرين. اشرح هذا الكلام مع تقديم الأدلة. Okay, write an essay of about 180 words on one of the following. طبعا هنا احنا جينا بقى للإساي رايتنج، لكتابة المقال. وطبعا أنا جايب لكم هنا 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 topics. هنا 7 موضوعات. In the final exam, you are going to have only 1 or 2. I'm sorry, 2 or at most 3 to choose one from. طبعا في الاختبار النهائي يجيب لك 2 أو 3 على الحد أقصى إنك تختار منهم. أنا اللي عملته إن أنا جبت أهم الموضوعات اللي موجودة في الوحدات من 7 ل 12 وقسمتها على 3 اختبارات. عندك تقريبا في النهاية هيطلع عندك ممكن أكتر. أنا كنت قلت قبل كده 18، لا هيطلع عندك أكتر من 18 موضوع. You need to prepare yourself to write about such topics. طبعا المفروض ان انت تحاول انك انت تتدرب على الموضوعات دي. A person that you are proud of. He or she could be in your family or outside. شخص انت فخور به، ممكن يكون من اسرتك، ممكن يكون من برا الاسرة. A person that you know. Say how his or her life experiences have inspired you. شخص انت عارفه. قول ازاي، او طبعا هنا اكتب ازاي ان خبراته في الحياة كانت مصدر إلهام بالنسبة لك. What has influenced you to be the person you are today? ما هي الأشياء التي أثرت عليك لتكون الشخص الذي أنت عليه اليوم؟ Describe one of your favorite characters from a book, film or real life. اوصف أحد الأشخاص المفضلة لديك، سواء كان في كتاب أو في فيلم أو حتى في الحياة الفعلية. A place you have visited which is a must-see for visitors to the area. مكان زرته واللي يعتبر بمثابة مكان المفروض الزوار يزوروه. طبعا في المنطقة اللي المكان ده موجود فيها. In your opinion, what are the best ways to stay connected to your cultural roots? في رأيك ما هي أفضل الطرق إنك أنت تبقى على تواصل مع جذورك الحضارية أو الثقافية؟ نقول الحضارية. In a multicultural world, it is very important to know more than one language. في عالم متعدد الثقافات أو الحضارات، فمن المهم أنك تعرف أكثر من لغة. To be able to communicate and work with others easily. سواء أنك تكون قادر على التواصل مع الآخرين أو عشان تؤدي عملك بسهولة. Do you agree or disagree? هل تتفق مع هذا الكلام ولا تختلف وياه؟ Write an essay. طبعا أنا آسف هنا ده الجزء ده المفروض إنه خلاص إحنا عندنا رأس السؤال هنا اكتب 180 كلمة، فإحنا هنتجاهل هذا الجزء. This is actually the end of video number 2 in which we introduced exam 2 which covers the second term or units from 7 to 12. ده طبعا نهاية الفيديو الثاني. قدمنا فيه الاختبار الثاني اللي بيغطي الترم الثاني أو الوحدات من 7 ل 12. And as I promised, there are going to be 3 videos in which we are going to introduce 3 exams. زي ما أعطيكم هيكون في 3 فيديوهات وإن شاء الله انتظر الفيديو الثالث. Don't forget to subscribe in the channel. ما تنساش الاشتراك في القناة. To support us with the likes. ادعمنا باللايكس. To hit the notification bell to get all the videos I publish. اضغط على زر التنبيهات بتوصلك إن شاء الله كل الفيديوهات اللي أنا بنشرها. Share the video with anyone who may benefit from it. شارك الفيديو مع أي شخص ممكن يستفيد منه. And send us your comments. وبعت لنا تعليقاتك. Until I see you in another video, I wish you all success. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.